So you have questions about Google Bard? Of course you do. Like, what is it? How do you use it? And with all the AI chatbots flooding the internet, is it really worth my time? Well, good thing you're here, because in this video, I will be breaking down what updates you can be excited about, what to watch out for, and how you can use it to make time for the things you love in your life. Also, hi, I'm Rachel Fisher, and I'm here with Learn with Shopify to give you the breakdown on Google Bard. Now, if you're new to the whole AI internet world, don't worry, I got you covered. Let's dive in. Okay, what is Google Bard? Bard is the next generation in Google's AI chatbot designed to elevate your search experience by simulating a real-world response. So it should feel like you're talking to a friend, not a robotic telemarketer that you get during Sunday dinner. For instance, if you wanted to ask when is the best time to plan a trip to Italy without using a car, like I will be doing later this year with my mother, it would give you a detailed response specific to the length of the trip, weather, terrain, with context and explanation. Now, if only it could give me a list of good reasons to give my mother when I want to go gallivanting off into Rome on the back of a stranger's moped. That would be great. Overall, its goal is to explain things simply. Beyond being used as a search engine, it can translate hundreds of languages, edit coding, write creative content, summarize articles and ideas, even give you the recipe from a picture alone. So find something for Brussels sprouts for me. Plus, you know that meme that your friend sent that went way over your head and you're too embarrassed to admit it? Yeah, it can explain that too. At least I hope so. Extra points to you if you can beat Bard to it and explain that one in the comments. Or just send us memes. We love memes. Now, if you're wanting to learn more about AI tools, Bridget has a video on the 20 AI tools that will blow your mind, and you can click on this link here if you want to watch. Also, if you've already made it this far into this video, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button while you're here? Now, here's the big question. How is Bard different from the other AI chatbots like ChatGPT, for example? Well, one of the most useful things about Bard is its ability to actually search the web and fact check itself at a much higher speed than ChatGPT. So let's break down how that works. So you type in your question, you get your answer, and then you can select the Google button at the bottom and it will highlight everything in coordinating colors. Predictably, it highlights anything confirmed in green and any unconfirmed material in like a yellowish color. Green for go, yellow for proceed with caution. Pretty straightforward. But then it even goes a step further and it takes the labor out of scanning an article to double check the source. So once you select the link, it will take you directly to the passage it used. However, this button only works if the information Bard gathered was outside of its own database of information, so it used the web. If you ask it a question that would be considered common knowledge, then it might not highlight anything. So for instance, if you ask it to interpret a piece of artwork or show it a picture of a hot dog or a Ferris wheel and ask it what it is, it will just tell you and interpret it for you. Can it make up its own image of a hot dog riding a Ferris wheel, for example? Not quite. Bard on its own can't create images from scratch. If you try to, you'll most likely get a description of said image in a text box. However, Bard can work alongside Google's new SGE software. SGE is powered by Imagine and uses the same large language model called Lambda as Bard, allowing it to create complex, lifelike images from just text. It's also already part of the Google search bar, so you can generate images while you simultaneously use Bard. Something I really appreciate about this extension is that SGE includes a watermark and labeling feature to promote transparency and accountability. So that's pretty cool. Now back to the Google extensions. The one big difference between ChatGPT and Google Bard is its use of plugins versus Google Cloud. ChatGPT has a whole library of plugins that you can use across different apps, whereas Bard can only function with Google extensions and the cloud. Now, some people may see this as a downside, which depending on how you run your business, it very well could be. But if you're an avid Google app user and someone who dreams of a day where all of your planning can function from one place, then Bard might be something you want to investigate. It can connect to Google Sheets, Docs, Gmail, Drive, Calendar, and Bard can use all of them to work for you. So say you want to know the last quarterly figures you recorded. If you put it in a Sheets document, Bard would be able to find that for you. Maybe you want to find out the best time for you and your coworkers, or hey, even your friends outside of work, to go axe throwing. It would not only give you the best date according to your shared calendars, but also provide you with places to go axe throwing. Lastly, the biggest perk of Bard is that there are no costly perks and it is free for all with a Google account to use, considering how expensive groceries are right now, because somehow pickles are $5. Free is nice. Now, AI is constantly evolving, so if while you're using it, you stumble across some bugs, remember it can only get better and smarter from here. Something to keep an eye on though is Bard's coding feature. Now, Bard is technically able to write code from scratch. It can also debug existing code and even explain it. However, when it comes to writing code from scratch, it looks like it needs a little little zhuzhin, little something compared to ChatGPT. For instance, on Pluralsight, they asked both ChatGPT and Bard to write a function in Python that returns a list of 100 prime numbers. While both sets of coding were functional, ChatGPT excelled in efficiency and it was more succinct. However, Bard is pretty good overall at improving pre-existing code, so technically you can re-enter the code it gave you and it will debug it for you. But Google still highly recommends that you troubleshoot and double-check code before applying it. Now, at the speed at which AI and the internet is moving, I always recommend due diligence when using AI to research or write anything for you. Though Bard does have a fact-check feature, the internet is a vast, mysterious place, and the sources it provides aren't always reliable. Google says that the fact feature, and I quote, may show that Google search found content that makes a similar statement to Bard's, but the content may actually contradict it. So something to keep in mind. It could also say it got the information from Wikipedia, and if you still use Wikipedia as your only source of information, come here. We both know you can do better.
Wikipedia? Using Wikipedia as your source of information?
So always keep an eye out for misinformation. Users also report that though Bard does have a voice assist aspect, the robotic voice leaves much to be desired and doesn't reflect the conversational tone it has through the text option, so more like a telemarketer on a Sunday. Lastly, despite the vast database of information that Bard has access to, it can struggle to answer some questions. In fact, according to Google, it can't explain how it itself works. It will, and I quote, occasionally claim that it uses personal information from Gmail or other private apps and services to train Bard's generative machine learning technologies, unquote. This again, according to Google, is inaccurate information, and Bard as a large language model interface can't actually even determine the answer to the question. These answers are referred to as hallucinations, or as we like to say, lying, which honestly makes it feel even more human, and it kind of creeps me out, I'm not gonna lie. Have you been trying to build a website for your business but you don't know where to start? Well, don't worry. Sign up for Shopify's free trial and we can make one in hours. Start today and Shopify will help you drive sales, find customers, and help you make your business the best it can be. Click the link in our description box to sign up. No strings attached. So, in conclusion, if you are a Google queen, king, and you use the cloud as your bread and butter, then Bard is, pretty well for you. Bard has a lot of awesome extensions and features that could save you a ton of time. Its ability to efficiently provide direct, curated, and conversational responses fast and in an accessible way is pretty astounding. I especially like the idea of having everything I need in one place. Plus, it's free. We love that word. It gives me chills to say it. All you need is a Google account and you can get started, which is a huge plus. The Bard coding option is definitely something to keep an eye on, but as always, practice due diligence and Google Bard could very well become the missing piece you needed in your busy schedule. Thanks for watching today. If you liked this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up below. If you're an avid Bard user, comment down below with any tips and tricks you may have picked up on your travels. I've been your host, Rachel Fisher, and for now, I'm signing off. See you next time.